Alright, so this is my Blastoise Hydro Pump deck. The main thing of this deck obviously is to get Blastoise onto the field, give him a whole bunch of water energy, of course, and be able to deal 100 plus damage every single turn. Simple enough. The way you get him onto the field without evolving him is with our ace card, Archie's Ace in the Hole. You can play this card only when it's the last card in your hand. Put a water Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench, then draw 5 cards. And it's a supporter. And we got Shayla in the deck to help you with the consistency of getting our ace card. Because if you don't open this first hand, but you do get Skyla, use it to get Archie's Ace in the Hole, and then try to go off for the combo in your next turn. The way you get Blastoise to the graveyard will be through Battle Compressor. This lets you search your deck up to 3 cards and discard them into your discard pile. You want to send 1 Blastoise and 2 water energies to the graveyard with the effect, well, the first time you do it, of course. So that way you have 1 Blastoise in the graveyard to start off with, and got 2 water energies already in the graveyard. Once you play your second Battle Compressor, you'll want to send 3 water energies to the graveyard. But you could also send 1 Blastoise, 2 water energies if you want. Because then you'll be using Superior Energy Retrieval. By discarding 2 cards, you can activate this card in order to gain to add 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your hand. So you want to get 4 or more, water energy cards into the graveyard, so you can add them to your hand. And it's for basic energies, so you will not be able to get double colorless energy to your hand, since that's a special energy. We have Wailord EX 250, so you can take hits. Obviously that's what he's for. He's a damage sponge. He's there to help you stall long enough to get your combo going, especially if you haven't gotten Archie's Ace in the Hole along with Skyla and Battle Compressor, so you can stall with Wailord until you do. You will also want to give Wailord, when you're ready to switch, retreat Wailord to summon out Blastoise. Or if you want to do the Shaman EX with Wailord EX combo, you want to use Floatstone. Floatstone will make it where Wailord has no retreat cost. So you'll be able to retreat him for free and bring out Blastoise or Shaman EX whenever you want. Shaman EX has the setup effect that when he is played from your hand onto your bench, you draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. Really good effect. He has the Sky Return attack, which requires 2 energies, deals 30 damage, and then he returns to your hand along with any cards attached to him. So you would give him a colorless energy, attack, deal 30 damage, then return him and the colorless energy to your hand. And then you can bring out a Wailord from your bench or a Blastoise from your bench and put him into the active Pokemon spot. You want to make sure you have, a Wailord in the bench, because you want to have 2 Wailords on the field, period. 1 for reserve, 1 on the bench ready to be brought out whenever you need it, and 1, they'll be active. Then you switch out that one to bring out Blastoise or Shaman. Do what you want to do, do what you're going to do with Shaman and Blastoise, and then switch back into Wailord. And if Wailord ever gets knocked out, you have a second one, which is your reserve Wailord, to to come out, take his place, and then you just have to try to replace, your first Warlord with another Warlord in the bench, so that way you always have a reserve. You want to keep a reserve Warlord. Moving on. Battle Compressor already explained. You can discard up to 3 cards. What you want to do is send Blastoise and water energy, obviously. Superior energy, so you can retrieve the energies to your hand. Because Blastoise has the ability Deluge, which as many times as you want, you can attach water energies to any Pokemon on your side of the field. And you'll want to give it to Blastoise because, he's your ace hitter. But if you want to, go for Warlord, go ahead, give him 5 energy, attack for 120, he'll go to sleep. That's alright, because once you give him, and your following turn, if he's still asleep on your turn, on your next turn, you can give him a water energy, and he'll wake up, so to speak, right? Because it's a special condition of him being asleep, so you can wake him up by giving him a water energy. So that we can attack for 120 again, which is a decent amount of damage. You can take down a lot of Pokemons with that, especially if those Pokemons are weak to water. Already mentioned Archie's Ace in the Hole. That's how you get Blastoise onto the field. Oh yeah, Professor's Letter. This lets you search up to 2 basic energy cards from your deck, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. This is just essentially another superior energy retrieval. This will let you just get up to 2 energies from your basic energies from your main deck to your hand. So just play it, add 2. If you have a second copy, play it, add 2, and now you have 4 energies. So if you happen to have the Blastoise in the bench, give him all 4 energies, and now he can do 100 damage with Hydro Pump once he's in active Pokemon zone. And if you have Float Stone, give it to Warlord, or mainly give it to Warlord, or you could even give it to a Shaman or an extra Blastoise, and just swap out that way. The Skyla I mentioned for consistency, plus it lets you get anything you need. If you need Rough Seas, so you can keep a Blastoise and Warlords alive longer. You can use it to get your Zero Sick, to get rid of any Poke Tools or special energies. Obviously you can get your Ace in the Hole, Professor's Letter, so that way you can guarantee you have 4 energies in your hand for Blastoise ability. Be able to get your Battle Compressor to set up your grave, and so on and so on. Get your Float Stone for your retreat combos. AZ, this lets you put 1 Pokemon on your side of the field to your hand. So it's a good way of if let's say you don't have a Float Stone on your side of the field, attached to a Warlord, you can bounce the Warlord to your hand with AZ, and then summon your Blastoise and go in for damage. Or if you have a Warlord that is badly damaged, then you don't want it to get knocked out because your opponent will get 2 prize cards for doing so. You could just bounce it back to your hand and then replay him, and he'll be back to 250. You can also use it to bounce Shaman back to your hand in case your hand is light and he's on the field. You can bounce him to your hand, then play from your hand onto the bench, and then draw up to 6 cards. So that way, you have maintain hand advantage. Double cost energies, so that you can easily activate Shaman EX's ability. But you can also use it with Blastoise to be able to get his Hydro Pump active quickly. You'll deal less damage if you do that combo, but it's a start. Because let's say you have Blastoise on the field You use Professor's letter to get 2 water energies. So now you got 2 water energies and a double colorless energy. You give all 3 of those cards to Blastoise. Now you can use Hydro Pump. He would do only 80 damage. That's 20 damage less than if you gave him 4 water energies. But 80 damage is a good start. You know what I mean? 80 damage times weakness. You know, it's 160, or 80 damage times 2 turns. You know what I mean? 80 damage a turn can deal 60 and up worth of, 80 and up worth of damage to a individual Pokemon, and be able to knock out a Pokemon if for some reason your opponent doesn't manage to get energy, or you're knocking off energy from their Pokemon, making it harder for them to be able to retreat and deal you damage and whatnot. And you can knock off that Pokemon and get some stuff out of it. Plus, most EXs have pretty low health relatively. Here's Shaman EX is 110. So let's say your opponent has a Shaman on his side of the field. You get Blastoise the colorless energy and the 2 water. Now he can do 80 damage. That's almost close. That's 30 damage short of one-shotting Shaman EX. But if he's still there on the following turn, just hit him again and take him down, and you get 2 prize cards. You know the idea. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For some reason it looked like 9, 8. Water energies. Just because you'll need them for Blastoise, and you can use them for Wailord if you want. And that's the end of the deck profile.